welcome to another episode of Vinyl the Show, in which today we are taking a look at the album Wiped Out by the Neighbourhood, which just had an album come out very recently, actually. Completely forgot about that. But yeah, I thought, hey, you got a new album coming out. May as well focus on the older ones for now until I listen to the new one in its entirety. But anyway, if you're wondering about the get-up, it's because I was at a wedding today and thought, hey, I'm in it, I may as well still wear it while I'm doing my review, because it'll look really nice. But anyway, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 song album. Actually, it's more like 10, but I'll get into that. So, let's take a look at the packaging, of course, because packaging is one of the most important parts of any record. So, comes in your typical gatefold sort of thing. Really cool looking spine on this one. Back gives you a simple track listen. And on the inside, you got a weird picture of one of the members crouching on a set of stairs. The other side does not have anything on it. It comes with 2 sleeves. It's a double LP. First sleeve has the guys on it with some lyrics. I'm not going to show all that because I don't feel like taking it out. But yeah, and the other one kind of has the same deal going on. The records are in impeccable condition. Like these are really good sound. These are like 180 gram LPs, so it's like we're talking good quality right here. So anyway, let's get right into this. So I got my trusty iPod 4 here just to keep me with the reference. So start off, very first song, A Moment of Silence, which is 30 seconds of silence. There's literally nothing in it. It is literally like on the record itself, as you can see, the very first, like that small tiny little indent, like right there ish, like that ring, that's the song. It's 30 seconds of silence, hence the song being called A Moment of Silence. Moment is usually moment is usually less than 30 seconds, but hey, guess you gotta get your point across somehow. So the very first song is Pray. Starts off with a nice little choir singing. It's got a little bit of like this nice, like very pleasant guitar in the back, but it sounds very gospel-y, like churchy. And then it goes right into like this nice little, like, okay, there's like a nice little riff here. And then vocals come right in. I've always loved the vocals that this band does because they're very lo-fi, but at the same time it makes me think of The Weeknd. Actually, that's very much what this band sounds like to me for some odd reason, but I do really like the way they sound. And then it just keeps adding layers again and again, and the vocals are nothing extremely like out of this world, like vocal talent, but still very, very good. Then eventually gets to the chorus, and it kind of like tones down a little, it gets a little softer, and then eventually picks back up. But it's a very interesting song. It's got a lot of ups and downs. It really starts you off on the album being like, okay, is this album gonna be happy, sad? What is this gonna be? But it's really a mixture of both. So it does set you up very well for the album. The next song, which is Crybaby, which I like very much. No reference to Melanie Martinez there. Gosh, I love this song. It's got this really weird, distorted vocals thing at the very beginning. Sounds really neat, though. And then you're sitting there and you're like, okay, weird sort of vocals thing. And it starts, like again, just as Prey did, this band is no stranger to starting off their songs in, like, the middle of something that you enjoy. But, kind of repetitive lyrics. But there's this one section about, how far in is this? I want to say a minute. Yeah, it's about a minute in. And I don't know why I put like, at about the 50-second mark, it starts off like a pre-chorus, and I don't know why, but the pre-chorus is like my favorite part. I don't know, like there's no way to describe why it's my favorite, just in terms of like the way that it's put, I guess you could say, in terms of like in musical terms. It's something. Like this may be one of the only times during the album, except for maybe later on with a few different songs, that that like the vocals are really like really good. And anyway, moving on to the next song, which is the longest on the album. And so far, I feel like the main single could definitely be "Crybaby." Like definitely. I can see why people would like the song. "Wiped Out" is like a 6-minute song, and it's really a trip. It starts off with a sound that sounds suspiciously like the Sonic the Hedgehog when you press the down button and like you spin him on the ground. It sounds like it sounds like just like that. But anyway, that has nothing to do with it. Again, the vocals sound the exact same in terms of like what filters they put on it. But something I do really like is around the 1 minute 55-second mark, it slows down for a little bit and really like chill sound to it that kind of contrasts with the beginning of the song. And you know how I said that it kind of sounds like The Weeknd? Well, this is a song that sounds most like The Weeknd on this album, I would definitely have to say. But it's a weird song. I mean, it's like 6 minutes, and you'd think, yeah, they got everything out in like the first 2 minutes, but no, you'd be entirely wrong because it keeps going into like 5 other different motifs or something. Probably no, it's not 5. It's more like 2, but I don't know. I just wanted to exaggerate that. But it's got a lot going on. It and so I feel like each part has its own purpose though, and that's the mark of a good song. Like and no, I'm not comparing it to this, but take Bohemian Rhapsody for example. Every section has its own purpose. The very beginning is supposed to be very orchestral and melody filled and stuff. And then you get into the middle, and it's like kind of upbeat opera-ish. Eventually, you get to the third part, in which it's very basic rock oriented, like your typical rock tropes. And then it goes back to the first one, and you're like, wow, that was really a lot of things going on. Well, yeah, that's kind of what the song tries to evoke in terms of there's a lot going on. But next song, "The Beach." Definitely the runner-up for most weekendish sounding song on the album, and I hate saying that multiple times, but it's true. It's true. Like if you take a listen, especially to "The Beach," especially the chorus. I mean, something I do like about this song is the fact that they try to stay away from like as many synth noises as they can in the chorus. They stick to like a nice acoustic sort of thing going on, and I do like that. It sounds very good with the very filtered vocals, and I don't know, like it's just something about the verses, like the rhythm of the words or something, the way it's put together. It's very appealing, especially in terms of like being kind of like a halfway between this album. The next song, for those of you keeping score at home, this is the 6th song on the album with the wonderful title, "Daddy Issues." You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. That is the title of the song. And it's really good. Again, they're doing weird things with the vocals here. From like a more lo-fi sounding thing to like a reverb, almost like a delay thing that they do. It's really neat. Like I don't know what's going on. And I feel like some of the interest in this album, and also OK Computer, for example, isn't really music. It's more about what are they doing to make it sound like this. And it makes a really engaging experience because that's what music should be about. It should be engaging the audience, people listening. And this entire album does not fail to do that. But I'm pretty sure the song was a single off of it, if they even did singles. But if there was a single, this would probably be the first one off of it, right next to "Crybaby." But maybe "Ferrari" if it's lucky. But that's like my favorite song on the album. But I'll get to that Next song is the double header of Baby Came Home 2 and Valentine's. Um, you know, like the darker like the darker R&B songs. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yeah. That's pretty much what the entire first part of the song sounds like with lyrics such as, she was 5'4" with some money on the floor and a box that's hidden under the bed. That's interesting. And I don't know why, but this one line, like, you wouldn't expect this from like the sound of the voice singing this, but I don't know why. But the line, I was brought up great, living Section 8, Social Security's paying the rent. I don't know why, but I kind of like that line. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's definitely not like Pulitzer Prize material, Kendrick Lamar. Um, but it's something. It's I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like that's not really what the song's focusing on, but I don't know. But they have their shining moments in terms of lyrics. So then that song goes on for a while actually. Eventually it's silent. And you're like, what the heck's going on? And then it goes to like a nice little instrumental. Kind of reminds me of a Joji instrumental almost for some reason, mixed with like those weird paranoid Pink Floyd songs, like the weird, like the kind of like On the Run. Like the song has a definite sense of paranoia to it. I don't know. I guess that's just me. Um, okay, the next song, Greetings from California. First of all, it's spelled with a U. That's right, California. Because it's a neighborhood. They can do what they want with spelling things with U's. So it starts off with this, like, okay, like definitely a falsetto. Like, I don't know too much about this band in terms of like their earlier music, but if they did a lot of falsetto stuff like this, good stuff. And and then like here's okay, I get it. It's a falsetto thing, and someone breaks out like their finest cowbell, and they're like, yeah, doing the cowbell thing, you know, and it sounds amazing. Like, I don't know how this band does it in terms of like making their songs all have the same sort of feel to it. Not like all their songs are the same, but like they just have this certain thing about them that I just can't actually describe in words that all of their songs have. I don't know what makes it, but a very good example of this is literally this entire song. Literally this entire song. But Greetings from California, in terms of the verses, again, that cowbell, I love it. You don't hear cowbell a lot in newer songs. But hey, guess what? You're getting your cowbell going on in this one. Right? Good stuff. Um, hey, so by the way, you know what else is really cool? Branding. I don't know. I mean, I was just looking at the live stream thing, just watching to see what's going on the screen. I saw that, and I'm like, I forgot I did that. But hey, it looks nice, I think. But anyway, we're going to the next song, Ferrari, which starts off with this grating, weird noise, very synthesized and ow my ears sort of noise. You're like, how does this sound okay? And it doesn't. It honestly does not sound good. But then it goes like, I I've always been a sucker for like a good bass line, even if it's like, I don't know, like even if it's extremely repetitive. But I mean, um, again, the filtering on vocals is pretty typical for your neighborhood song. But the chorus of this it's got this nice little like you can do this with it, and I don't know, but like the way that like the notes climb up and then like they climb down one step back, climb down one step back, climb down one step back. That's which is something they do quite a lot, actually. I think, especially like their more accessible songs, they do that, and I don't know, but that's like that's something I really like in some music, some. But Ferrari is by far, other than two that I mentioned, that would be easy singles, like really easy singles. Ferrari would probably be up there as one of my favorite songs by the Neighbourhood. Just because it definitely wasn't the first one I heard, but I don't know, like it just struck something with me in terms of like the way it was written and the way it was presented, and I just really liked it. I don't know, just go take a listen and see what you think. Next song, single, starts off with a xylophone solo, which what? But it sounds nice, and it's very childlike, and then very much like the vocals from Greetings from California, it doesn't really have a melody as much as it does a flow to it. I mean, yes, it does have a melody. There are notes in there, but it's more about how the words are put together than the notes, I feel like. And that may be a weird way to put it, but it's interesting because like if you focus on the words more, then you can not only write better, but then fit notes to it, and it'll work perfect. Because think about it. You take a set of words, and they fit really well together in terms of music. You can then assign notes to those, and as long as the words work, then by like some sort of musical transitive property, so should the notes. Like that makes sense. And I don't know, but I think that may be how they write. They think of the words first, and they write those down. They figure out stuff for the words. But if that's how they write, I wouldn't be surprised. And it's very evident in this song. And then the very last song, and this is usually the one that like all the reviews say, oh, this is like the main single, but like I beg to differ. The very last song, R.I.P. to My Youth, starts off with this weird funeral sounding thing, and it's kind of fitting that it starts with a moment of silence and then ends with like some sort of like a funeral idea. It's got like a little bit of percussion in there, and then right into the vocals again. And again, the vocals sound very much like the vocals from Ferrari, actually, because I feel like there's multiple different vocal things that they do. There's somewhere it's like sad and oh my gosh, I'm yawning. Like they kind of sound more sad, I guess you'd say, and the vocals sound more clear. And I don't know why, but like whenever there's like a more high tempo song, it's usually like a little grainier. And I kind of like that because then you can tell like what you're getting into as you do it. Like as you go along, but it's definitely a catchy, play it at a party and people are actually gonna enjoy it kind of song. Like it's not like it's not gonna be a song like Single where everyone would be like, oh, let's go dance to it or something. Like no, you don't dance to Single unless you're really trying. But this song, on the other hand, would be much, much easier to dance to. And I'm not saying that's what makes a good song, but I'm just saying it's a likable song. So I can see why a lot of people like it. But hey, to round off the album, it's an interesting choice. I would have expected a slower song to round off the album, but I do like the idea of ending it with a more upbeat song, in contrast to, say, Death of Bachelor, which ends with a Ball Your Eyes Out song called Impossible Year. But anyway, this has been quite a fun time reviewing the Neighborhood's album Wiped Out from, what was this, 2015? Yeah, 2015. So, one thing about this kind of sucked. And I'm not saying it's a problem with the music, I'm saying it's a problem with the vinyl that people buy nowadays. There's a download code in here. And, I mean, I already had the album, so, like, I wasn't all that worried, but, like, I had the download code, and I was thinking about giving it away. It was probably, like, a giveaway or something. But I looked at it. It expired in, like, 2017, like, March of 2017. And I paid a good, like, $27 for this album. And honestly, it's a little weird to see it in gatefold because it's such a short album. But then I thought there were, like, 2 or 3 6-minute songs on here. So I can understand that. But in vinyl form, it is an album you can sit down and listen to the whole thing and enjoy it. In contrast to, say, Mania by Fall Out Boy, or like any sort of greatest hits album, because it doesn't really flow together. But you can tell an album is good if you don't have to skip songs, or if you can keep it on and tolerate the song, right? I mean, like, am I the only one thinking that? Because I feel like with Heartworms by the Shins, there's like 1 or 2 songs I'm not necessarily a fan of on there at like the very end, but I don't skip them. Like they're not bad. They're just like, I don't like it, but I don't dislike it. So it's not like an issue of, ugh, like it's not a full on, I don't like this. It's more of a, I understand its place in the album. That's really all I have to say. And I don't think I have one song on this album where I think I just tolerate this. I don't think there's one song on here where I do that. And because of that, I feel like this is a very, very good album to get into the lo-fi genre, or maybe even just the band itself, which, by the way, again, is The Neighbourhood. But, yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a very good album. Price I paid was, I mean, it's only 11 songs. But, hey, that's coming from the guy who bought a Radiohead album for $40. What can I say? I love Radiohead. I'm a sucker for Radiohead anniversary things. So when OK Computer got its remake, I had to get it. So anyway, I had a fun time with this review. I'm very happy I did this. But anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful night. Tonight you will go and listen to a few songs off this. I need to update the playlist that keeps all the songs that are in my reviews, at least the ones that I mentioned by name that I like. So I'll probably put a Ferrari on there somewhere. But anyway, thank you all again for coming and watching this and sitting through it and listening to me rant about music. So anyway, I've had a wonderful time. Hope you have too. So sleep well, everyone. If you're watching this at night while it's live. If you're not, that's cool. Whatever, you do you. In that case, have a good whatever time of day it is. But I will see you guys later for the next review, which very well may be, got that down, part 2 of OK Computer, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll find out when it happens. So again, thank you everyone. I shall see you very soon for yet another album review.